Welcome. My name is Leanne, and I'm going to lead you through this chair yoga class today. You're going to want to be seated in a chair to start, no arms on the chair, and feet flat, resting on the floor. So if you need something under them like a yoga block or some kind of support so that they're comfortably resting flat on the ground, then make sure you have that underneath your feet. So we start with a bit of a grounding breath. So you're welcome to sit fully resting back in your chair. And you're welcome to close your eyes. So feeling ground underneath you. So the feeling of your feet touching the floor, your legs resting, your pelvis resting. So there'll be the bottom of the pelvis resting in the seat of the chair. There'll be the back of the pelvis resting against the back of the chair. Your back resting against the back of the chair. Arms supported. And just feeling into your head as well. And so you have this awareness of our whole body. You can feel your breath just moving through you easily, comfortably, flowing in and flowing out. So what we are here is present. Present to this moment. So mindful, if you like that word, of this moment. Aware of how we are in this moment. And this moment is what we have. Right? It's a resting place where we don't need to worry about what's next. And where we don't need to worry about what has passed. So today, just practice this. Just practice being right where we are here. Okay, so this moment is rich, even if it's not perfect. And maybe it is perfect just the way it is, because it's ours and we're in it. So we're practicing being present today, listening to the body, working with where the body is at. If you like, you can open your eyes back up. And for the moment, you can actually stay resting back in your chair if you like. You don't have to slide off the backrest if you don't want to yet. And just let your hands rest on your legs and gently lift and lower the shoulders. Okay, so the shoulders move up towards the ears, and then the shoulders move back down away from the ears. You can add a little bit of a circle if you like to the shoulders. Just feeling the blades moving on the back, hands still touching the legs. There's a bit of a container for our movement. And then just let the shoulders rest and let the arms rest. Okay, gently turn the head. So you can turn it whichever way you want to first. You're just going to rotate slowly with the head from side to side. So just taking your time, feeling that the ranges that you've got in each direction. Movement is as important here as range. Okay, the next time you're turning to the right, stay to your right. And then gently drop your chin towards your right shoulder. And just pause there and breathe. Okay, and then you can add a little bit of a nod if you like, so the chin gets to lift and then it gets to drop. Just lifting and lowering. Just an easy range that feels comfortable for you. Okay, drop the chin back towards the shoulder and then lift the chin back to neutral, unwind the head, and then turn the other way, so turn to the left. Okay, drop the chin towards the left shoulder. And then add a little bit of movement. So you're nodding your head up and down. So chin lifts and chin lowers. Breathing as you gently move, slowly move. When you're ready, you're going to come back to the pause where the chin is dropped towards the shoulder, and then lift the chin back to neutral, and then turn the head back to face the front. You take your arms, and if it's comfortable, they might grab the back of your chair, maybe down below the seat near the legs. If you would like to clasp your hands behind your back and that's comfortable for you, you can. There's just a gentle opening through the front of the body. You take a moment and just feel your breath. So you're breathing in and out through your nose, taking your time. One more breath. Lovely. Okay, relax the breath, let the hands relax. We're going to come into the legs here. So you're going to let the left foot come on up off the floor. So we're straightening out the left knee and then lower the left foot back down and switch sides. So lift the right foot, so straighten out the right knee and then lower. Just back and forth, lifting left, lowering down, lifting right, lowering down. Okay, come on up with the left foot. And now curl your toes as if you're holding a pencil with your toes. So curl them in and hold that as you breathe. And then release your toes and wiggle them out and stretch them out. Okay, curl them back in around that pencil. So squeeze in, breathe. Okay, relax. Do it one more time, wiggle out the toes. And then when you're ready, try to curl all your toes in, hugging that pencil. Okay, and then wiggle out the toes, and now circle out the ankle. And then go the other direction with your ankle. Okay, let that left foot come back down to the floor. Relax it. Okay, you can just pause there a moment and feel now the difference between your left foot and your right foot, and your left leg and your right leg. Maybe all the way up into the hip. Hips might not feel the same anymore. And then we're going to lift the right foot up. I'm going to curl the toes of the right foot around the pencil, so squeeze. Breathe. Okay, relax, wiggle the toes out. Curl the toes in. Relax your shoulders, soften your eyes, relax your jaw, relax your toes, wiggle them out, and one more. Okay, curl them in. Okay, notice if you're holding breath, and let your breath just keep coming in and going out gently. Relax your toes, wiggle them out, and then circle out the right ankle. No rush. changing directions. And when you're ready, you're going to let your right foot come down to the floor. Okay, so feel the bottoms of both feet on the ground. And just notice your awareness now of how the floor feels underneath your toes and underneath your feet. And then we're going to lift both legs at the same time. So let both legs come on up, and then let the heels or feet drop. And then extend both knees. So lift, feel the squeeze in the legs. Maybe you're going to draw the tops of the feet towards you. And then lower down and relax. Okay, lift up. This time hold up and let the feet roll out. So the toes are rolling away from each other. Okay, now roll them the other way. Roll them inward so the toes come towards each other. So it's not just the feet that's moving. We're actually moving from the thighs. Okay, so the thigh bones have rolled inward. Okay, back to neutral, and then let the feet come on down. All right, so slide forward now a little bit on your seat so that you're not resting anymore against the back of the chair. All right, we're going to come to a side bend next. So we'll go to the right side first. So your right hand could come to your hip or your chair seat, and then you're going to let the left arm lift and tip to the right. So just lengthening the left side. Okay, if this left arm isn't comfortable all the way up here, maybe you've got the hand on the shoulder. Now come on back up and bring the left hand to the right leg. So you're back at neutral, except your left arm has crossed over to your right leg. So we're going to turn towards the right. So the right hand could be at the hip. It could be holding the seat of your chair. If you want to lift it, you can. Okay, leave the left arm where it is. Unwind your turn and now cross right over left. Okay, and then you can lift the arms. So you can bring the hands to opposite shoulders, or you could bring the right elbow into the crook of the left arm and the forearms up in front of you, and maybe you can clasp hands. So if this position with the arms isn't comfortable, just head back to where the hands are resting on opposite shoulders. You don't need to squeeze the chest. You can feel like you're just letting the shape of the posture create some opening in through the upper part of the back. Okay, if you'd like a little more, you can round your upper back. It looks like this from the side, just gently rounding through the upper part of the back. So you can feel into the back of your lungs. Maybe a breath into the back of the lungs. Okay, come on back to vertical. Let the arms unwind. Okay, so we'll do the same thing to the left. So left hand to the hip or the seat of your chair, right hand to the shoulder or the ceiling, tip to the left. So maybe your breath, you can feel it over in this right side, in the right lung. Come back up, letting the right hand drop to the left leg, and then turning to the left. So right hand can stay on the left leg, left hand might be at the hip, at the seat of your chair, or it might be lifting. Okay, the spine is what's winding, though. That's the sort of the intention behind the twist, is to let the spine rotate to that left side. Okay, leave the right arm where it is, unwind your turn, cross left over right, and then you might bring the hands to opposite shoulders, or you might bring the forearms up in front and come back to that. It's called eagle pose arms. Just notice if you can feel the breath in your side ribs. So when we gently breathe in, the ribs get to expand to the sides. And when we breathe out, the ribs get to come back in towards center. If you liked the rounded position, you can let the upper back round. Shoulders are still away from the ears. And you can feel that you can breathe also into the back of the lungs. Come on back up, unwind the arms. Let the hands come on down and rest on the legs. So we're going to come into a gentle cat and cow movement next. So you're going to let the tail tuck and the spine gently round. And you're going to come the opposite way and let the pelvis roll forward and let the upper body gently come forward. Okay, so just back and forth there between your gentle cat rounded position and your gentle cow arched position. Okay, you could exhale as you tuck and round, and you can inhale as you come the opposite way. And if it feels right and you want to put arms in, they can lift up in front of you and forward when you're rounding, and then they can come beside you and back when you're arcing forward. Okay, if you don't want to use arms, you don't have to. You can just let the hands rest on the thighs. So as a reminder, we're inhaling when we're opening up, and we're exhaling when we're rounding forward. So breath is always happening in the present moment. So it's another way to help us be present. Right? We can always find the breath in the present moment. Okay, do one more. And when you're ready, you're going to work your way back to neutral. So a neutral pelvis, a neutral spine, and resting hands and arms. Come down into your feet here, and you're going to let your heels come up off the floor as high as you can. Then you're going to let them come back down. So you could experiment here with bringing the feet more underneath you as you lift up and lower down. So lift, feel the squeeze in the back of the leg, the sort of strengthening to that calf muscle back there. And then the heels come down, and then lift the heels up. There's a stretch in the bottoms of the feet. Feel the squeeze and lower. We'll do one more. So lift, breathe, and lower. Okay, so feet on the floor comfortably. You might find you want to slide more forward in your chair for the next one. We're going to slide the feet together, and then we want to let the knees drop open. So it's fine if the bottoms of the feet come up off of the floor, just you want some part of your foot still resting on the ground. Okay, and then we're going to go back and forth here. So you're going to move the thighs in and then let the thighs roll open. Okay, your feet might stay touching, they might not, but it's the leg bones, the thigh bones that are moving in towards each other, and then they're each externally rotating. Okay. If you would like to add arms to this movement, then when the legs are in, the forearms are up in front of you. And then when the legs go open, you can open the elbows up so that the arms are at 90 degrees. So legs come in, arms come closer, legs fall open, elbows move apart. Exhale in, inhale open. So the breath doesn't have to be deep. Just see if you can do the breath and the moving at the same time. Okay, we'll do one more open and one more close. Okay, let the legs come open and let the hands come to the body. So one hand is going to rest at the chest, one hand is going to rest below the ribs. Legs are just resting open. So try to let the legs feel comfortable there. So if the feet want to come together, they can. Okay, if you like, you can close your eyes and just let your awareness come to your breath and see if the chest can be quiet. So the hand that's at the chest doesn't need to feel any movement of breath. The hand that's down at the lower ribs, though, it's noticing the breath. So that when we inhale, that space at the bottom of the ribs gently sort of feels like it's filling, it's relaxed. And as we exhale, that space below the lower hand feels like it's contracting a little bit. So it's moving in as the breath goes out. So the upper hand is quiet and there is activity. The breath, we're noticing the activity of the breath beneath the lower hand. Okay, and the inhale is just relaxed outward into the hand. And the exhale, you could gently contract those upper abdominals so that they move away from that lower hand. Just gentle. We just want to have more of a sense of breath happening down in this upper abdominal space. And what's happening under the top hand is quiet. Okay, one more breath. Relax your breath. You can relax your hands down. And you can roll your legs in. Okay, let's take the left leg over to the left side. So you can take your extra block with you if you want to, or if the leg comfortably comes down to the floor on the left side, it can. So all you've done is taken your left thigh open. Okay, you haven't turned anything, you haven't turned the pelvis, just the left leg has gone open to the left side. Okay, so we're actually going to tip forward over this right leg. So you can let your hands come onto the right leg and you can just come forward. And then lift yourself back up and bring the left hand or left arm over to the left leg and tip to the left side. Okay, so you could bring the right hand to the shoulder and lift the elbow. You could bring the right arm up and over if you like. So see if you can have the left palm facing up. And if the right arm is up and over, it's facing down. And then we're going to come back up to vertical. And you can bring the left leg back in. And then we'll do the same thing with the right leg. So left foot's going to stay flat on the floor. You're going to take your right leg open to the right, just as far as you comfortably can. So it might get over the edge of the corner of your chair, and it may not get that far. It's okay. Okay, tip forward over this left leg. Breathe. Long back. And then come back to vertical. And then we're going to tip to the right. So right hand to the right leg or right forearm. So there's a side bend to the right side. And then you're choosing if you want to add the left arm. So it can come up and over, or maybe it's coming to the shoulder. You just feel this nice space that you're creating on the left side. More room for breath. You bring the left hand back and come on up. Okay, bring the right leg back in. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with a little bit more for the right leg, or for the right leg. So left leg goes to the left. Now stay facing forward and take the right leg towards the right side. Okay, so it might get straight. You might have the knee bent. Okay, you can let the leg sort of go forward and straighter. You could let the knee fall inward a little bit if you like, whatever is going to be comfortable for you. You're going to stay sort of facing the front edge of your chair. The left knee and the left foot have gone to the left side. So this is akin to Warrior 2, if you are looking for a name for your yoga pose here. And the further you come on your seat, the more freedom you might have in your hips. Okay, so this left knee is bent, foot is flat, right leg has gone to the right and is just comfortable sort of off in this direction. So it does not have to look like mine looks. If you'd like a little more, lift your arms up. So they're at shoulder height, palms facing the floor. And then keep your heart and your pelvis facing the way they're facing and just turn your head to the left. Left forearm to the left thigh. So you're going to tip back to the left side and you're going to choose again where this right arm goes. So maybe it's coming to the hip, maybe it's coming to the shoulder, or straight up, or up and over top. So this would be similar to side stretch pose. Okay, it's our seated version of side stretch. Okay, come on back up. Bring the right knee back in, right leg back in to where it started. Bring the left leg back in to where it started. Okay, we'll switch sides. So take the right leg to the right, and then just walk the left leg over towards the left side. And maybe it straightens, maybe it doesn't yet, that's okay. Okay, let the arms come on up. Turn the head to the right. So easy shoulders. Okay, feel that right foot flat on the floor. And this left leg just sort of reaching back. So whatever it looks like for you is fine. As long as it feels fine, as long as it feels comfortable. Okay, then bring the right forearm to the right thigh or the right hand to the right leg, and then tip towards the right. So the whole left side, maybe even all the way down that left leg, it gets a nice lengthening. Okay, feel a breath, present moment. And then come on back up. Okay, you can bring the left leg in, and then you can bring the right leg in. Okay, next we're going to come up to standing. So slide yourself forward on your seat, get your feet flat on the ground, so not on your blocks, but flat on the floor underneath you. So go slow here, so slow motion standing up. So before you move, remember how we want to be able to do this, right? We can let our weight rock forward. We can even take our upper body and our arms forward to shift up off the seat of the chair. And then as soon as we can, we're going to put our weight in our heels to come up. Okay, so come up slow motion as you can, so that you can come on up to standing and building strength in the legs then every time that we come up. All right, so let's stand next to the chair so that the chair is on your right side. Okay. Now you've got the chair there for support if you'd like it. And if you want to practice without it, then you don't have to have the hand on the back of the chair. All right, we're going to stand in the left foot. And we're going to cross the right shin over the left, so the right big toe comes to the floor on the outside of the left leg. Okay, if you can, left hand at the shoulder, left palm facing forward. And if you can let go of the chair, let the right arm hang beside you with the right hand facing forward. So both palms are facing forward. Okay, you can remind yourself of the feeling of the left foot on the floor, left knee not locked, so it's a little soft. And then you can let the arms do what they would like to do. Take your right leg behind your left leg now, right big toe on the floor. Okay, and if you want to try lifting the right foot up, you can. Okay, and now move the right foot to the inside of the left leg. So there's your tree pose. So you can have the big toe on the floor, if you like, and the right heel resting against the inside of the left leg, or you can try the whole foot up on the inside of the left leg if you like. Can you sort of notice how what we're doing here is we're letting this right leg roll open and sort of the knee and the toes pointing in that direction. So we're actually going to take the right foot and we're going to step it to the floor, pointing in that direction. Okay, and then you can move your left foot a little further away. So your feet, it's as if they're sort of on a balance beam, okay, but your right leg is turned outward gently, just as far as you comfortably turn out. Okay, let your hands come to your hips. So we're actually going to tip towards the chair here. So you can let your whole body tip towards the right. Okay, and then you can bring your hand. Your hand can come to the back of the chair. If it's comfortable, it could reach for the seat of the chair. So the sides of us are nice and long. You can add this left arm if you like. Just take it out in a T from the shoulder. This would be a version of triangle pose with the chair. And then lift back up. You can drop the arms, and then you can bring your feet back into mountain pose. And just notice, right, as a way of staying present, noticing what you notice in your body. And then we're going to switch sides of the chair, so you can walk yourself around. And so the chair is now on the left. You're going to stand in the right foot. Cross the left shin over the right shin. Bring the left big toe to the floor. Right arm hangs beside you, palm facing forward. Left hand could be on the chair, or if you don't need the chair, at your left shoulder. So for this particular posture, the arms stay the same regardless of which foot you're balanced on. Okay, can you find your breath? Just slow and easy. Relax your arms. They can do what they want. You're going to slide the left leg behind the right. So maybe the big toe is going to stay on the floor. Maybe it's going to lift. Just depends on what you feel for at this moment. And then bringing that left foot into your tree pose. So it can be the baby version of tree with your big toe on the floor, or you can bring the foot up to the inside of the right leg. So what works best for you in this moment? Take the left foot to the floor so it can sort of land near the chair. So the knee and the toes are pointing towards your chair. And maybe the right foot can move a little further away. Okay, your pelvis is sort of going to tip so that you're tipping towards the left. So your right hip is going towards the right side. So technically there, your back is still straight. It's just tipped. So the sides of your body are the same length. We're not trying to come into a big side bend, right? We've kept our ribs and our pelvis aligned. And then you could just bring the left hand to the chair back or the chair seat if you can reach it. Okay, and then the right arm can lift if you like. Okay, and if adding the right arm adds too much, then just let the right hand stay at the hip. Okay, feel what's happening in your feet and in your legs, in your sides, so in the right side and the left side. And then you can lift. And then you can bring your feet back underneath your hips, give a shake out, whatever needs a shake out. And then come on back to sitting in your chair. Okay, if you want something back underneath your feet, you're going to bring your blocks back underneath your feet. And then a gentle forward fold. So just let the hands start on the legs and tip yourself forward. So if you're wanting to keep your back straight, then you can have that feeling that you've tipped with a straight spine. And if you're comfortable letting your back round, it can tip over. Okay, feel your breath. Keep bringing your awareness back to your body and to your breath. Okay, our mind will take us to other places, and our practice is simply to come back. Okay, it's normal for our mind to go other places. And part of the practice is just continuing to come back. When you're ready, come on back up. Okay, tip your head to the left. And then tip your head to the right. Bring your head back to neutral. Roll out your shoulders. And then just give your arms a shake out, your hands a shake out. And then come sitting comfortably in your chair for our relaxation. So you can slide yourself back so that you're resting against the back of your chair, feet comfortably on the floor. If you would rather do the relaxation laying down on the ground, you can. Okay, so just get yourself comfortable. And when you're ready, closing your eyes. Okay, letting go of effort in your body. Breath is just coming and going with ease. So you don't have to make the breath effortful. So what we're going to work with here is it's called a progressive muscle relaxation. So gently squeeze your feet so you can lift them up off the floor, and you might curl your toes in like we did when we were holding the pencil, or you might stretch your toes wide apart. So just activate your feet in some way. So feel like you turn the feet on. You contract the muscles, you squeeze them, and then relax the feet and the toes and the ankles and whatever else went on. Just relax it. And engage the legs, which means lift them up. So straighten out the knees. You might do something with the feet as well there if that sort of feels like it is easy for you to do. But turn the legs on. So squeeze, feel how strong they feel, and then let the legs go. So just let the feet come back down to the floor and let the legs relax. Okay, come up into all around the pelvis. So you can squeeze the lower belly in. Maybe you can squeeze in the glutes. You're hugging the pelvis, and then let it relax. Okay, so you have time here to take a breath. So you might take a breath in and let it go. Okay, let the breath go all the way out. So after your exhale, squeeze in the upper abdominals. So pull in and then inhale and relax. All right, coming up into the chest and the shoulders a little bit. So take your shoulders and roll them towards each other. So there's a little bit of tension through the chest. Both feel that squeeze. And then relax. And then take your shoulder blades towards each other on your back, so towards your spine. So squeeze and let go. Okay, shoulders up towards the ears, so up, up, up. And then shoulders down as far as they can go, resting. Take a breath. All right, let the arms, we're going to come into the hands and the arms. So make fists with the hands. So curl fingers in and then thumbs over, and then bring your hands to your shoulders. So you're doing hands and arms. So squeeze in and then relax. And then we'll go the other way. So fingers and thumbs spread out and arms extend long. And then relax. Give your arms a shake. Let your hands rest in your lap. Okay, come up into your face and you're gonna tighten up through your face. So you can clench your jaw, you can wrinkle up your nose, you can squeeze your eyes. So make everything in the face tight. Purse your lips really tight and then relax. Okay, take a breath. Okay, and then we're gonna do the whole body all at once. So crinkle up your nose. Shoulders can go whichever way you want. Arms and hands can go whichever way you want. Squeeze in your tummy, maybe lift up your legs, maybe do something with your feet and your toes. So squeeze as much as you can and then let it all go. Okay, give a shake out to whatever needs a shake out. And then just let everything rest. So rest into the support of your chair, rest your arms on your legs, perhaps, and feel your breath. It's just coming and going easily. Okay, letting go of any effort or tension that you become aware of. So, can you notice the sense of stillness in your body? And can you notice within you there is movement, there is not stillness. There might be tingling, there might be a sense of flowing. A sense of energy moving. Just notice how it feels to be here. To not do, but just to be. So keep your awareness on your being or your breath or the sensations in your body. The present moment. And the present moment is rich. The present moment can feel like home base, like a place to rest. And in this present moment, just noticing how you are. Until we are aware of how we are, we don't know what we need. Okay? So the more we can tune in to how we are, we will know better how to bring in what we need. And you can take this practice of checking in with your present moment awareness into your day. And you can just take little pauses in your day just to Feel your breath, feel your body, notice where you're at. You can rest here for as long as you like. When you are ready to move back into your day, you might first want to gently move your body in whatever way it wants to be moved. Okay, but take your time. If it's not time to move yet, then just enjoy the stillness. And when you are ready to move back into your day, take your sense of awareness with you. Thank you for joining practice today. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take good care.